Hello, good morning and good afternoon, everybody. This is Magda Comp course from Computer Science, and then today also, as usual, I came to discuss the second part of the artificial intelligence with you. If you remember, in the first part on the previous class or session, we have defined the artificial intelligence or give definition of artificial intelligence by saying that artificial intelligence is came from two words, which is artificial and intelligent. Then artificial is man-made or human-made material. And then intelligent is the thinking power or the ability of the material to acquire to get the knowledge and then apply that knowledge. In addition to that, we say that the artificial intelligence or the intelligentness of this device came from the knowledge, and then the knowledge came from experience, the experience came from the exposure or training. We have said that in last time. And then also when we are saying this artificial intelligence, we are always talking about the artificial intelligence system, which is composed of the agent or the material and then the environment. The agent is acting upon the environment and then giving a response for the individual or the concerned bodies. And then we have seen also some other real-life artificial intelligence examples like self-driving car, Boston navigation systems, and the like, because these are the best example for the artificial intelligence or the man-made thinking power of the intelligent on this technology. And then we have also seen the advantage and then disadvantage of the using this artificial intelligence, because the artificial intelligence has advantage as well as the disadvantage while we are using or exercising with the use of this artificial intelligence. And then finally, we have seen about the levels of the artificial intelligence, especially the levels in the level of artificial intelligence. We have seen 7 basic level or stage of these artificial intelligences, and then also based on this maturityness or based on their maturity, we have seen some growing level or level of the maturity of this artificial intelligence, especially starting from the perception or perceptron to the situational awareness. So today I'm going to tell you about the second part of this artificial intelligence, the second part of this artificial intelligence. That's why this is I consider that this is the second part of this artificial intelligence, which is focused on the types of artificial intelligence. Okay, these types of this artificial intelligence is especially focusing on two main categories or classes. When we are going to type or classify this artificial intelligence, we can classify based on the capability and the functionality of this artificial intelligence. When we are saying that this capability is the ability to handle or to work something, and then the functionality is as if the device is functioning and then what type of functions are exercised under this type. And in another way, we can say that it is type 1 artificial intelligence, which is capability based or based on the capability, as well as the type 2 or the second type based on the functionality of these artificial intelligences. So especially based on the type 1 or the capability based, we can classify this artificial intelligence into 3 basic categories. The first one is about the narrow or weak artificial intelligence. The second one is general artificial intelligence. Then the third one is strong artificial intelligence, or you can say super artificial intelligence. Based on the functionality, we can again classify into 4, which is the reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind, and then self-awareness. Okay, let's see one by one. Based on the capabilities, we say that we can classify into three. The first one is the weak or narrow artificial intelligence. Weak or narrow artificial intelligence means what? When we are talking about this one, this narrow artificial intelligence cannot perform beyond its field or limitation. That means what? It is limited or it is bounded to perform or work only the limited function or limited line only. That means what? The artificial intelligence or this weak or narrow artificial intelligence is only working or implementing based on the way we train it, because we can give some training. We are always training or some tasks or specific tasks, and then it is only implementing the task which is trained only. So it cannot perform beyond its capacity, beyond its trained point. So that is why this is a weak or the narrow artificial intelligence. That means what? If we may try to, or if this type of artificial intelligence try to perform or work beyond its limit, it will be what? Unpredictable failure will be happen upon that one. Because, for example, if there are only 5 or 10 line of codes or instructions or trainings, then it is only working or implementing 5 or 10 given trains, unless it cannot work beyond or it cannot perform that. Even if it tries the given beyond this capacity, there will be what? The failability of the artificial intelligence. For example, you can consider as Apple Ch3 is one of the good or best example of this artificial intelligence. Okay, okay. The second one is general artificial intelligence. When we're saying general artificial intelligence, actually, as its name implies, that the general artificial intelligence that could perform any intellectual tasks with efficiency like the human being. That means what? It can perform the given instruction, and then there is the something to make the system that could be smarter and then think like human being. That means what? It can perform by itself, and then even it can work the smart work. It can perform smart work. That means what? It is like the human being. It can perform the work by its own and then implement the needed instructions or work by itself. So this means what? There is intellectual task or work which can be efficiently performed by this artificial intelligence like human being. That means what? There is the intelligence or something smart function on the given tasks. And then the third one is the super artificial intelligence. Actually, as its name implies, that the super artificial intelligence is the system at which the machines can surpass the human intelligence or can perform beyond the human capacity or better than the work of the human being. What does it mean? That means what? When some people or human beings can be limited to perform something, but this super artificial intelligence can perform or can work beyond the thinking ability of the human being. Actually, this is what it is about, the cognitive properties of the artificial intelligence. Therefore, the second type of the artificial intelligence or type 2 artificial intelligence is based on the functionality. Okay, so based on the functionality, we can classify this artificial intelligence into 4 parts. So the first one is the reactive machine artificial intelligence. Actually, this reactive machine are the most basic types of artificial intelligence. That means what? Everywhere it is known and then basic for the users of this artificial intelligence. But the problem of this type of artificial intelligence is it cannot store the memories or the past experiences for the future action. That means what? It cannot record any past information or a record, and then it cannot put or store for the second step or for the future work. So that means what? It is almost the problem of storing and then staying the data or the file for the usage or for the future usage of the function. So that is one of the problem of this reactive machine. The second one is the limited memory. As its name implies, that the limited memory is about what? It can store the past experiences or the past memories, but the way it is storing is different from the reactive machines, because this one can store and then put the past experiences, but the problem is it can put only for a short period of time, for a while only. That means what? After a given interval of time or a given time, then after that it will be what? Removed, or it cannot store. That means what? The period it can store the data or the file is what? Restricted based on the given time. So this is what? Like the memories or like the secondary storage memories. They can store only for a while, and then after that it will be what? Removed. That means what? When the other instruction or the other data or file is given or instruction is given to this type of devices, then the data will be what? Overridden. So it will remove the previous one and then access or implement the other given instructions to it. For example, self-driving car. Let's say from the beginning you can order your driving the car, which is self-driving car, being at your home. Then you are giving an instruction. For example, you may give 10 instructions to that car, and then go this way, and then reach there, and then come back, and then whatever you can give this instruction, and then it will go and then implement the given instruction for you. But when you want to give another instruction to this type of car or device, and then it will remove what? The previous data or storage file, and then exercise or perform the other instruction. So that is one of the problem of this limited memory. Okay, fine. The third one is theory of mind. This theory of mind is actually can understand the human emotion, the human beliefs, the people, and then able to interact socially like the humans. That means what? This type of device or this type of artificial intelligence is what? It is about to understand the human facial expression or the emotion of the human being. So it is somewhat good or better because it is, but that is why it is called as the theory of mind. That means what? It can guess and then exercise or understand some feeling of the human mind. The human mind or feeling of somebody can be generated and then known by this type of devices or the machines. So actually, this type of devices are what? Still on processing, not developed or not completed yet. Even if they are on doing this type of expectation, they are on the research. The research are using this type of things and then developing and then improving this type of device. So if this type of devices are completely done or finished, then it can do this type of understanding of human feeling or any expression of the human. The fourth one is the self-awareness artificial intelligence. This self-awareness artificial intelligence is the future artificial intelligence, or it will be. That means what it's about forecasting or expecting for the future. This type of artificial intelligence will be happen. These machines will be super intelligent and they will have their own consciousness, sentiments, and self-awareness. That means what? If this type of artificial intelligence is reached at this level, or if this type of artificial intelligence will be created, and then it can perform the work of the human being, or they can do instead of human being. That means what? The human being are not necessary or not important to lead this world at this level. That means what? The purpose of this artificial intelligence or this technology is even minimizing the amount of people, or minimizing the number of people. That means what? For example, if there are 7 billion people on the world, then they prefer only 10% of this type of peoples are available and then enough for leading this world. So that means what? The other peoples are what? Extra, not needed. Because even when it is working, when it is doing something, then this type of artificial intelligence can work in place of the human being, and then no need of extra peoples are needed at this thing. So this is very tough and then serious expectation. If this type of smarter artificial intelligence are created, then the self-awareness artificial intelligences are about surpassing or this over acting beyond the human capacities, and then even it will be dangerous upon the life of the human being. But even if it is not exist in the reality. Am I clear? Okay, fine. The other one is the influencers of the artificial intelligence. Influencers of artificial intelligence. That means the influencers of the artificial intelligence means what? Who can apply any influence upon the artificial intelligence? First one is the big data. Big data. The second one is advancement in computer processing speed and the new chips architecture. The third one is cloud computing and the API, application program interface. And then the fourth one is emergence of this data science. That means what? Some of the influencers upon the artificial intelligence will be this one, because when the amount of users are increasing, then the amount of data exercised or processed will be what? Very increasing, very increasing. So in that way, this can matter or affects the processing method or the usage method of this artificial intelligences. That means what? It cannot be easily managed or processed in this way. Actually, we can see one by one. So large amount of data are there. You can say that if you remember in the second chapter of the artificial intelligence, we know, the second chapter of this emerging technology about the data science, we need that based on the perspectives of data types perspective, we can classify the data type into three: structured, semi-structured, and then unstructured. So this type of data will be increased and then matter upon the existence of the or processing level of this artificial intelligence. That is why they are always using, because the researchers, the scientists are always using the data. So the way of accessing the data will be increased. So the data accessed or processed will be very large, and then managing this type of data is what? Very tough or not simple. That is why one of the influencers of the artificial intelligence is what? It is the big data. Okay, fine. Look, for example, this page or this picture, because we have seen in the last time also. These are the way of accessing the data, and then different companies or organizations are accessing this type of data. So when we are accessing this data, then the amount of data will be what? Very large and then complex. Very large and then complex. So in that case, the data will be what? Influenced. The artificial intelligence will be what? Confused to use such type of data, because daily, weekly or monthly or hourly or even within a minute or microseconds, every data will be what? Updated and then becoming complex. So that is why that's a problem of using this one. So look, for example, the way different organizations are using, the way different organizations are using this type of data, especially. So look, this type of PayPal, or the way of buying and then selling something, is about this much. So pay per day or per month or per week or per second or per microsecond, a lot of data will be what? Exercised and then will be very challenging for the artificial intelligence. That's fine. The second one is cloud computing and application programming interface, or API. Actually, cloud computing is a way of delivering on-demand process or services. That means what? You will pay for what you are using, or you will pay for what you are accessing online, especially. That means pay per use. So pay per use means what? For example, you are using data. Let's say you are using mobile data. So when you are using mobile data, you are making your data on and then accessing something. You are downloading something or accessing something. So immediately when you are accessing something, but it is what? Consuming your money, consuming your birth. So you are getting some service and then paying something side by side or parallelly. So that is why cloud computing is what? Always like taking something and then paying for that service for what you are using. So these services might be about data analysis or social media or video storage or e-commerce. So this type of usage will be what? Payable. You should pay for such type of work when you are using. So, for example, different organizations or different cloud computing platforms can be, or way can be happen. For example, like IBM delivers Western artificial intelligence services over IBM Cloud. So that means what? There is a platform and then there is a service. To get that service, there will be the platform provided for us. This type of platform will be what? Payable. So you are paying for whatever you are doing. Then, for example, Amazon artificial intelligence service are delivered over Amazon Web Service. So, for example, if you wanted to buy something online, then you are getting the Amazon Web Service. You are using their website. So you can order, you can do whatever materials found on the stock and then buy that one. So you will be what? Pay for that what you are using. So the others also doing the same work like this. The other one is the emergence of data science. Actually, it has emerged in the last few years. In the emergence of this data science is the newly recently created science or things. That means what? The new profession combines several disciplines, like for example, different data areas or different knowledge, like statistics, data analytics, machine learning, and deep learning, computer science, engineering, whatever knowledge are available. So the goal of especially this data science is what? Getting or extracting the knowledge or insight from the data in various forms. That means from the structured, semi-structured, or unstructured data science. So data type. So from that one, there will be what? The emergence of this type of data science is influencing the technology or the artificial intelligences at this moment, because to extract or to have some knowledge or insight is what? Very tough. To be selective person or to select something is what? Not even simple on the usage of this big, large or huge amount of data. So after you collect, for example, large enough volume of data, the pattern emerges. Then the data scientists are learning some algorithms or use some algorithms on these patterns. So accessing this type of pattern and then arranging these patterns together is what? It is very tough. Okay, well, if so, where the artificial intelligences can be applicable or usable? Obviously, if you remember in the previous courses or in data sciences, we can perform or we can use the data everywhere we can go. And then the artificial intelligence, if the area and if the condition is allowable or no problem, then we are not restricted to use the artificial intelligence. That means, in short, we can use artificial intelligence everywhere where the situations are comfortable for this thing. The situations might be the topography of something or the materials we can use or the accessibility, because in that case, if there is materials and then if there is the location or any barriers or problem, then we can use the artificial intelligence everywhere. You can use everywhere because, for example, you can say in a healthcare or in entertainment or in finance or in the education sector, you can say in agriculture, in the finance and economics, in any automated industries or in any transportation or in any data security or in any robotics area or in any game playing. So playing games, you can access or you can use this type of artificial intelligence in everywhere. But these are some of the sectors or the areas we can apply the artificial intelligence actually. So the other point is about the tools, especially the artificial intelligence tools and then the artificial intelligence platforms. Obviously, as we have said before, the tools are the devices on which these artificial intelligences are performing or using the materials. This artificial intelligence platform maybe provide us or the users or the user of these artificial intelligences to build intelligent applications, because it is what only this artificial intelligence platform is what only the toolkit, the package on which we are exercising these artificial intelligences or on which we are exercising this type of tools or mathematics materials. So many tools are used in artificial intelligence, like including various different versions of search and mathematical optimizations, logic methods based probabilities and economics. So in that way, we can perform or we can use this type of tools in artificial intelligence, obviously. So some of the tools used in artificial intelligence are, some of the tools used in artificial intelligence are, for example, search and optimization, logic, probabilistic method for uncertain reasoning, classifiers, and neural networks, control theory, language. These all are the tools. And then some of the platforms might be the Microsoft Azure machine learning, Google Cloud Prediction API, and then IBM Western, TensorFlow. And there are a lot of artificial intelligence platforms on which we are going to use or write or implement whatever we want on the side of artificial intelligence. So, for example, you can consider these all are the artificial intelligence platforms. So, obviously, we can get or we can easily understand the concept of this artificial intelligence in this way or in this manner. So, actually, we said that the application areas might be in commuting, traveling. For example, when you are using the travel or if you wanted to use any type of flights or movement, then you can use the artificial intelligence for email. For example, if you're exercising the processing email, like spam filtering, then smart email categorization. So especially when you are saying spam filtering, there are different sources of emails. Some organizations or individuals may send us authorized or unauthorized or for different fake purposes. So in that case, the computer is part of artificial intelligence engine which can filter and then show us some problems or some good things for the users. So it is going to categorize or put some messages under what we are expecting. So in social networks like Facebook, Pinterest, then Telegram, whatever we can using online shopping, mobile use, everywhere we can use the artificial intelligence. This is the end of the third chapter, the end of the third chapter of the artificial intelligence. So thank you for watching, and then if you have not subscribed, you may subscribe and then get another additional or the future left tutorials. So thank you in advance for being with me. Thank you. Bye bye.